Folks, the Lit Fest that you're organizing, in my opinion, is a great service to society. The reason I say that is, there was a survey done which said 85% of the millionaires and billionaires in the world are first generation. And then they were asked, how did you become so financially well off in such a short time? And the answer was, we read books. What kind of books? They said we read only self-help books. We have no time to waste. Why? Fiction will remain fiction. And they were asked, how many books do you read? The answer was 50 books a year. Means what? One book a week. One book a week. Multi-millionaires, billionaires read one book a week. Warren Buffett reads 6 to 8 hours a day. Bill Gates is an avid reader. Look at this. People who are at the top today all over the world, they read books, one book a week. What does it tell you? There is a tremendous connection between learning and earning, learning and earning, learning and earning. Learn more, earn more, learn more, earn more. There are many people who say, I have no time. They're the same people who spend 3, 4, 5 hours in front of the TV watching serials, doing nothing and wasting time. And there's another breed of people who say, look, I don't have the money. Go check out. You can get any book in the world from any library for free, but they will never do it. And I learned one more thing, that people who are serious readers, they will never borrow or lend books. Never. I'll share it, don't waste it. You see why I say that? Sometimes people tell me, Mr. Khera, I got a great book. I can lend it to you. I said, don't. Give it to me, sell it to me, gift it to me, don't lend it to me. Why? I won't give it back to you. Why? Because when I read a book, I always underline, make notes. Why? Because I learned one thing. Reading a good book once is not good. And when I read again, I don't have the time to go through the entire book. I only go through my notes. But there are people who say to me, Mr. Khera, I read your book once. I said, you wasted your time and money too. You got nothing out of it. Folks, if you really want to get something out of it, you need to internalize, get the message right, and put it to practice. If you don't put it to practice, you're wasting your time and money. It is not how much we eat, it's how much we digest. It is not how much we know, how much we put to practice. That only happens when we read the book again and again and again. In fact, there was a recent news item that IITians have one of the highest suicide rates also, which is sad. Great IQ. What's missing? EQ. Emotional quotient is missing. Emotionally bankrupt. And today, EQ is a lot more important than IQ. Go check out all over the world. People who are emotionally strong, they are great leaders, they have great relationships, they have great health, they've got all those things. IQ, you know what it means? It only means you are only a quick learner. That's all. A person could have a great IQ, but could have very poor judgment. That's why emotional quotient is so crucial. Emotional quotient and spiritual quotient. Spiritual quotient is, which is your moral compass. It keeps you on track. And many times you hear people saying, oh, feeling guilty is bad, feeling remorse is bad. No. Guilt is good. When I do something wrong, I feel bad. It says, buddy, stop, don't do it. Guilt is good. It prevents you to do from wrong. So we need to understand, but today, even schools, teachers, parents teach the wrong stuff to their kids, which is sad. So sadly, today, what they're learning, 90% of that stuff, what they're learning in school, they don't end up using in real life. And 90% of what we need in real life is not being taught. So today's generation, I feel, is very misfit. You know why? They are so comfortable with the computer and technology. They can spend hours on the computer, but flip side is, they're uncomfortable with people. They are uncomfortable with people. And you've got to live with people. You can't have babies out of computers. You can't get married to them. You can't have colleagues there. There's a lot more. So we need to make sure this generation understands a lot more. See, they have become so dependent on technology Today they go out, they got 1,000 friends on the Facebook, but not one real friend. Not one real friend. It is hollow, emotional bankruptcy. And that is very dangerous. Advice is cheap. More important is, when you get a good idea, and if it's a good idea, if you don't capture it, it goes out. It's dead. So, people who want to get somewhere in life, they capture the ideas and then they figure out a way how to implement. My friend, see, you keep hearing that positive thinking, we can do everything in life. See, a great boxer once said, in life to succeed, we need two things. We need the skill and the will. One without the other will not do the job. We need both skill and will. They're both important, but between the two, will is a little more important than skill. Why? Because when the champion was fighting the bout, he was knocked down and he was lying on the floor and the referee was counting him out. When he was lying there, at that time he said, at that time it was not my skill that picked me up. What skill? He already beat me. He said, at that time, it was my will that kept saying to me, get up one more time, get up one more time, get up one more time. It was my will, not my skill that picked me up. Now, you find, what is the difference between skill and competence? Skill is an ability. Competence is ability along with the willingness and the desire to do the job. There are many skillful people who are totally incompetent. And that is what makes them unemployable. There's so much unemployment today. But 90% of these people, you can't even hire them. They're a liability. You can't hire them. And that is the problem right now. We need to understand, we need to get an attitude right. I just want to close this with one little thing. You keep hearing, with positive thinking, everything is possible. Not true. You see, the champion, when he was going to the ring, he used to say, I'm the greatest, I'm the champion, I'm the greatest, I'm the champion. What it was he doing? He was psyching himself up. But while he was psyching himself up, he was not sitting in the living room watching TV having popcorn. The guy was in the ring, the punching the bag. Keep in mind, positive thinking does not guarantee success. Positive thinking with effort and action increases your probability of success. I don't care how positive I am. I cannot do a bypass so you have you live, you'll be dead. Keep in mind, positive thinking does not guarantee success. Positive thinking with positive efforts and action increases our probability of success. I just want to close with one sentence. A person with a positive thinking, a positive thinker, cannot be stopped. And a person who thinks negative cannot be stopped.